Welcome to this week's episode of Humans in 5.
Now, we won't beat around the bush. Over the past few weeks and months, the level of concern around the spread of the novel coronavirus associated with the COVID-19 respiratory illness has been taking over the news cycle. We won't get into the details of how this virus originated and spread, but in general, it emerged in the Hubei province of China and has since spread to over 80 countries around the world.
There's been a lot of information and misinformation spreading even faster than the virus. People are desperate to learn more and, in the drive to find real facts, can end up learning some false information that won't help anyone. Particularly in our internet-driven age, it's easier than ever to search for answers to our questions, but often harder to know whether all the things you're hearing are accurate.
The number one thing we need to say is that, first and foremost, the best possible thing you can do to prevent the spread of any disease is to wash your hands. This is a topic we've covered before, and you can find our episode titled Observing the World So Fresh, So Clean on our YouTube channel. Overall, washing your hands for 20 seconds thoroughly, getting into all those nooks and crannies, and drying hands properly is really the best way to keep diseases from getting around. Hand sanitizers only really represent a last resort, and if you're going to use them, check and confirm they contain at least 70% alcohol content.
Today, we'd like to focus on one aspect of the virus in particular, the wearing of masks. When news of the coronavirus first emerged, particularly in China, lots of people dashed out to the store to stockpile on face masks. Part of this drive to stock up comes from the belief that a face mask can help keep those pesky germs out.
There's also a major historical and social component to the wearing of masks in this particular part of the world. Face masks have only really been predominant in Western nations since World War II, but in China, they have a deeper history. In 1910, a pneumonic plague broke out in China. A young doctor named Wu Lentie quickly realized that the airborne transmission of this disease could potentially be slowed by adapting surgeons' masks into protective devices for doctors, nurses, and patients around the disease. These masks further proved their usefulness during the 1918 Spanish influenza outbreak in China.
Since this time, particularly following the SARS outbreak of 2003, face masks became partially a protective tool, but also a social statement. It was a way to demonstrate not only that you were educated in the ways that diseases spread, but that you were protecting yourself as well as those around you from contracting a condition.
Mask wearing provided a way to demonstrate etiquette around your friends and neighbors, and as a way of showing solidarity with everyone else worried about the spread of the disease. Many researchers continue to explore how face masks are as much of a social phenomena as a health phenomena. It turns out that masks can create a sense of intimacy, trust, and civic duty, and therefore help people to bond at a time where concern and worry are high.
In terms of official guidance, many health organizations note that if you are healthy and free from symptoms, you generally do not need to wear a mask. Masks come with lots of rules and regulations. You need to change them regularly, you can't touch your face at all, and you have to ensure a good seal is created around the nose and mouth. Without these conditions, the mask may leave you with a false sense of security. At the end of the day, washing your hands and remembering not to touch your eyes, your nose, and mouth is still going to give you the best chance to stay healthy.
So get down to scrubbing, everyone, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
Don't forget to subscribe!